I think from then I knew my England career was never going to be a starter. Had Glenn come out and said what he said. I thought, here we go, we're back to square one again. So I've had to put Glenn on blast.
That was a killer.
Welcome to the Big D Speaks. Today we are going to be looking at Andy Cole, and he's going to be talking about why he never really got into the England squad during his time, which was a strange situation because he was one of the top scorers in England at the time, and he played for the biggest club in England, if not the world. He was playing Champions League football and scoring goals left, right and centre for Manchester United in title-winning teams too. But he never really got a look in at England for one reason or another. So, I'm going to hand it over to Andy. Before I do, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And I will be giving my thoughts, my honest thoughts as a Manchester United fan at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Anyway, here's Coley.
How do you feel about England? Do you feel you should have played more?
Yeah, definitely. But England was politics, man. England was crazy politics. I remember sitting in the room at Maiden Castle, Newcastle's training ground. And remember David Davis?
Yeah. Yes.
Sat in the room. Kevin's got the phone. He said, right, Coley, listen to this. And then David Davis was saying why Terry wasn't going to put me in the squad and whatever.
Which squad was this? Not 96, was it?
No, this was just a basic,
normal
international game. Obviously, he doesn't train every day because I was struggling with shin splints then as well. Doesn't train every day.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I was still scoring goals in that and was saying, like, these are the reasons why we're not going to pick him. So, like, well, you're not going to pick him, but he's playing every game. He's scoring goals. That's when I went on that crazy run. He's scoring goals. He plays every Saturday. He might not train every day, but he's still scoring goals. Yeah, we know, but these are the reasons why. Okay. I mean, I think from then I knew my England career was never going to be a starter. Had Glenn come out and said what he said. I thought, here we go, we're back to square one again. So I've had to put Glenn on blast.
That was a killer, that one, it really.
Yeah,
it was a hammer blow, really, to say that.
It was rude.
Yeah.
You know, it was disrespectful because I'm playing for Manchester United. Man United are playing Champions League football. And the teams we're playing in Champions League football are better than what England are playing qualifiers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm scoring in Champions League games. So I was like,
what was his exact quote, Coley? It was like,
he needs more than
he needs how many chances?
Five chances a game to score one goal. And I've always said now, if I took them all,
I would have went.
Didn't need penalties.
Huh?
I would have went crazy on that.
Is it that bad, lads? Is it?
Yeah,
I know it's not a good thing to say, but would you get that?
I think it's bad, that.
Oh, but if he comes and says it to you as
personally,
Of course. Listen, I'm not saying this is a thumbs up for what he said, but everyone, the strikers.
You know the thing with that as well, though, Roy? The thing with that as well.
No, I can see why he's upset, obviously, but when people start going, I'm really bad, like some managers go,
but Roy, the thing with it
most strikers need a few chances. No striker scores at every chance.
He's not his player.
I get it.
And the second thing is, to be fair, you don't say that publicly about anybody.
I get it. I'm not
That's
saying
not depending on
it actually wasn't
character of the
It's like Glenn, but managers say stuff sometimes. Glenn,
that's a killer.
Yeah.
If his character's not that strong and you can't just blast through that because of where he was and who he is, that's a killer. That's the kind of thing you hear from somebody.
It's not good. I know.
Who's at a level where it's irresponsible. It's an irresponsible thing to say. I'd probably go as far as to say.
How did the England journey end? Was it your decision? Did you play 15 times? Yeah.
In the end, I just said myself, you know, he's getting farcical. I played against Azerbaijan, I think. Got a ticket, was spending for the next game, and I remember Sven saying to me, "Oh, okay, I can't put you for the next squad because you're suspended. You've been after that." So I said, "Okay, not a problem." I'm still waiting for Sven to give me a call. So I just said to myself, what's the point of me hanging around, you know?
Yeah.
There's a younger generation coming through. So I said, you know, I'll tap out now.
Did you retire then, Cole?
Yeah. That's when I tapped out, yeah.
Okay.
For me, there's no point. There's no point, like, trying to stay around to try and nick an England cap or whatever. So.
How old were you then?
30.
Does it come a point for a player, do you think, where you feel like you have to prove yourself all the time? And that can creep into, especially at the international level, because generally you're doing well at your club level.
Yes.
Yeah. And then international managers, listen, Glenn would say that, managers going, you're in the next squad and then you're not. I think there is that. It does come to a point in your career where you go, have to kind of
towards
keep
the
proving
end,
yourself all over again? Is there a
like,
bit of that? Yeah.
when I was still going with England, Gareth had just come in as manager, and obviously Harry had come through, and he was the main striker then. And I was there, and I was still captain, and I was like, I don't really feel like I should be here. So I pulled Gareth and said, listen, Mourinho coming to Manchester United, I weren't playing every week. I just said, I don't think it's right that you're picking me in the squad. I said, obviously I want to play, but I'm not playing for my club. I don't think it's right me being here.
And what age were you then when?
30, maybe.
It's still a hard thing to say to somebody that leave your best time to
But
leave you.
I always felt that if you're not playing for your club, you shouldn't be playing for your country. So I weren't playing, so I said, you pick me as captain. I said,
it's recognised as well. You've got to remember that the levels as well with Wayne.
Yeah, I get it.
With Wayne being in there,
I know, but
the discourse is always going to be like, how's he in the squad?
I know, but on one hand, we say players about wanting to play for their country. Listen, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. When a player's playing for his country, they played that many games to all of a sudden then to say, it's his decision to leave me out.
He did pick me again though, when I went back to Everton, and then I retired and didn't go back.
Cole, how did it end at United? Just talk us through that experience, how it came.
Yeah, it was kind of like the same time before I retired with England. And I was saying to myself, I know I should have gotten the squad, the World Cup squad that year. And I was just saying to myself, right, you need to go, just play as many games as possible, score as many goals as possible, then force yourself into the England squad. So I remember saying to Gaffer, look, Gaffer, I want to play more games. And that's when we were playing that one up front.
Was that with Ruud and Scholesy off?
Yeah, or
when Seba came in?
Yeah.
And so how many games are you playing though, Coley? Like, were you like proper not in?
So what we'll be doing, we play like, for instance, no disrespect, a Bolton on a Saturday or whatever you'll be playing, you can get yourself a brace or whatever. And you knew we got Real Madrid midweek in the Champions League.
Out, right.
You're not going to play. And I'm like...
It was when you were trying to change the team from 4-4-2
yes.
into sort of like Roy, Seba and Scholesy, wasn't it? Like a three...
And Ruud up front by himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I need to play games, I just kept saying to the manager, look, boss, I need to play games. He always kept saying to me, look, you'll play games. But I'm like, I'm 30. I want to play as many games as I can, because don't forget that rule was like, once you got to 30, your legs are gone. You remember that one?
Yeah.
And, people are signing new contracts at 32 for another 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So I was in that position. I kept saying to the manager, I want to play games. I just need to move on to go and play games. And he kept saying to me, no. You can stay as long as you want. And then one day he just said to me, Coley, okay, I know your pride is everything for you. And I've always said to you, your pride will kill you. Which I know it will, But what's the man without his pride? And I just said to myself, he just said, right, I'll let you go. I don't want to let you go, but I'll let you go.
Well, first of all, nail on the head is Andy Cole didn't play as many games for England because he played in the era of Alan Shearer. And I'm sorry, my honest thoughts are that Alan Shearer was a better striker than Andy Cole. There was just something about Alan Shearer. He was just an absolute unstoppable force up front. He could score any kind of goal, any foot, header. He was just lethal. And also the kinds of goals Alan Shearer scored. I mean, he'd score 30-yarders, no problem, volleys, all kinds of things like that. And Andy Cole was very much a poacher. Andy Cole was very much a poacher, so he maybe kind of needed the team to be built around him a little bit more, whereas Alan Shearer was a complete forward. He could hold it up, he could score left foot, right foot, header. He was a colossus up front. So, however, that being said, I think Andy Cole would have been a very good alternative option for any of those England managers at that time. He would have been a better option than, say, Robbie Fowler. He would have been a better option than, say, Les Ferdinand at the time as well. He would have been slightly different as well. So I think Andy Cole should have got more games for England, absolutely. And in any other era, Andy Cole's getting 50, 60 caps. But at that time, England, they had so many world-class strikers. I mean, you had Teddy Sheringham, you had Robbie Fowler, you had Michael Owen, you had Andy Cole, you had Alan Shearer, you had Les Ferdinand, you had Dion Dublin. He was pretty decent as well. So it was just unfortunate for Andy Cole at the time. So politics, I don't know. But Andy Cole's got a point. Manchester United were playing Champions League football and he was one of the main strikers for Manchester United, and he was scoring goals left, right and centre for United in some of the biggest games. I mean, in '99 he got the winning goal that sealed the league against Spurs in the last game of the season. He scored away against Juventus in the treble winning year. Andy Cole was an absolutely lethal striker, but not quite as good as Shearer. And I mean, even Alex Ferguson tried to buy Shearer when he already had Andy Cole. So, and Sir Alex, he was always brilliant at spotting talent. So yeah, I mean, I can see it from both sides. To be perfectly honest, Teddy Venables should have took Andy Cole, but let me think. So in '96, Andy Cole for Euro '96. Andy Cole was kind of out of form that year, if I remember correctly. Eric Cantona drug that team to the double that year. And in '98, Andy Cole had a really good year, to be fair. And Glenn Hoddle was out of line saying what he said. I totally agree with the panel there. The thing is with Glenn Hoddle, he was a phenomenal tactician. He knew how to get that England team playing. He knew he didn't have any left wingers, so he played 5 in midfield, 3 at the back with wing backs, and it worked really well with Shearer up front. And then Michael Owen came through as well. So, but in terms of his man management, Glenn Hoddle was shocking. He was just shocking. He was almost sociopathic. I mean, what he said basically caused the whole of England to turn on David Beckham. And saying what he said there, about Andy Cole was terrible. So Glenn Hoddle, you're a dickhead, pal. Ericsson, I can't remember who was knocking around for England at the time. Well, you had a prime Michael Owen, and who else was playing? Well, maybe Andy Cole could have done something for Sven, to be fair. But Andy Cole was struggling to get in the United side because we had Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Van Nistelrooy was the second coming of Marco van Basten. Van Nistelrooy was scoring 50 goals a season before Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo came along. He was that good. So it was just a little bit unlucky for Coley. If Coley was playing today, he would be, I would say he would probably be England's main striker over Harry Kane. He could play up front with Harry Kane, actually, because Harry Kane reminds me a little bit of Teddy Sheringham. So you could quite easily play Harry Kane and Andy Cole in the England team today. So, yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think? Is Andy Cole's disappointment justified? Do you think he should have played more games? What do you think his ideal partnership up front for England might have been? Put your comments in the comments section. Happy to read them all. Anyway, thanks for watching.